Good morning, gorgeous. Day 2. Look at us, keeping up. So I hope that you are doing well. And you woke up this morning feeling rejuvenated and in an attempt to stay focused on the important things, right? So whatever your goals and dreams and wishes are, that you're working toward those, right? Marking off the checklist of the goals every day, as I am doing with this Good Morning Gorgeous series. I'm kind of proud of myself. It's only day 2, Natasha. Calm down. All right. So, again, regular day, right? Things to do, Zooms to be had. I'm talking about my checklist, not yours, but maybe you can be going over your checklist while you're getting ready for the day or applying your makeup. I hope that's what, or, maybe not. Maybe just having tea and doing a face mask. I don't know your lifestyle. But I hope that you are doing the things that is necessary for you to do to stay up and stuck. We want to be up and stuck. Stuck at the up, right? Not at the down. And if you are having a down day or week or month, just know time continues. Whether you are applying yourself or not, okay? Time will continue if you're applying yourself or not. It really doesn't care that you are not well. Okay? So, if you have a deadline, just chip away at it a little bit day by day. Think something that you may need to get done that is of pertinent that is of importance to you and your family and the needs of you and yours. Okay? Make sure that you are tending to those things the best way you know how. Or I don't even want to say the best way you know how. Just you kind of want to chip at it. Okay, especially if it's of importance or, things of that nature. So, I know that we are in a state of emergency still. A lot of places are, and then there's things happening in states that, that shouldn't be happening in states. People are concerned about things that they should not be concerned about and turning it into laws and bills and regulations. So, it can be a lot. This world can be a lot, right? Whether you are empathic or sympathetic to any of those needs outside of your own, just know what affects others do affect you at some point. I mean, like soon as countries went to war, gas prices went up. It affects you. Okay? Whether you believe that things other people do affect you or not, they do. Okay? So just keep that in mind while you're going through what you're going through and trying to conquer those things. Not to add more pressure or make it worse for you, Lord, but Jesus, I hope I didn't. Okay, let's post some positivity for today, huh? You know the drill. 3 cards in, and we just chat it up. And if you have breakfast, try to make sure that fruits and vegetables are a part of that. Fruits and vegetables every meal, okay? I don't tell people what to do, how to eat. You need to be a vegan. You need to be a da-da-da-da, because all of the food in the United States of America is tainted. Okay? All right. Especially if you're not growing it yourself. I should add that. If you're not growing your food yourself, it's been messed with. And that's the truth. Truth. When everything is done as an offering, even the act of speaking, you get shown when to talk and when to be silent. Your words come from silence, not fear. You do the talking, dear Lord. Take me over and speak through me. Truth. And that is a lot of truth. You know, I have helped people move abroad through applying for visas, and then applying for dual citizenship, and then applying for final citizenship, transferring citizenship from one country to another country. And what's amazing is most of them who have moved, and Germany and is the most popular place that a lot of people are moving to, is Germany or Greece or Mexico, right? A lot of brown people move to Mexico, and a lot of other people move to Germany or to Greece. And what they have discovered is how different the food is, right? How much fresher it is, how I don't want to say less regulated, but it's not regulated in a way where it has to have certain compounds in it that are harmful to humans. Whereas the United States actually have regulations to put things in food or allow certain things in food that really should not be in food, and it makes you bigger, or, you know, gives you all of these internal issues with skin and organs and bloodstreams and cells and all of those things, right? But in other countries, their regulations is to not have that stuff. So you could buy, let's give an example, right? Because they're basically purchasing the same thing they were purchasing while they were in the States. They're purchasing in other countries, but they've either lost weight, or the ailments that they had, the allergies, or the, you know, maybe they were lactose intolerant and now, you know, they can have milk, or they, you know, may have had eczema and now the eczema is, you know, mysteriously like not around, or they had some type of allergy or mucus or sinus thing going on, and that has also disappeared because what's in the food is not in the food where they are. So I just find it's not interesting to me, you know, as a abroad traveler, but I love to see people discover those types of things, because to us in America, a lot of stuff is rumored. Oh, that's not really true, you know, why would they do this to us? Because they need to control you, okay? And that's just the way it is. So for a lot of people are like, oh, you didn't take the vaccine. I can guarantee you it's in something that I eat. It's in something. It's in something, okay? It's in something. It's in some compound, in something that we are intaking. So yes, even vegetables as well, okay? The agriculture in the United States of America is a whole nother thing. Anyways, so I digress. And I'm just saying that to say, explore your truth, know your truth with what it is how you want to live your life, your truth and what it is that you want to do for yourself, for your family, and create goals around that truth, walk in that truth, speak that truth, continue to speak it to yourself, right? Gorgeous. Continue to speak it to yourself so that it reflects inward and outward. Because what good of it is it to continuously preach it to others when you're not doing it? And it's very possible to know a thing and be able to be knowledgeable in a thing. Like, I hadn't traveled for a very long time, but I was still sending people abroad. I was still tapped and tuned in to the travel world. I still am. You know, I still have been traveling, but not as much as I used to. And not because of COVID. I just, you know, it became a hassle to be in other places where I wanted to have fun and do things when I had to be at my desk. So I just decided to be at the desk, okay? And there's that. So you have to know that it is very important to know what your truth is. Not what other people say, how you get along with other people, or what other people do, but your truth. What is true for you? And why is it true for you? Because that's going to help you stand on it, and knowing why it's true for you. For the longest time, I didn't know. I was just like, I don't know, because my mama believed it. I don't know, because my sister believed it. I don't know, because my sons believe it. I don't know. You know? And then it got to a point where it's just like, you know what? I don't like this. I'm not going to do this. And these are my reasons why. And I'm going to stand on that. Because there is no, and I've been saying this in all my videos actually, but there is no full correct way. You know, if you think about it, anything 100 years or older, right, anything 100 years or older, we don't really have any solidarity on, except for books or things that were left on the ground that we can research and find out. And then even that, it's like the information is tainted, right? Because it's being told, history is being told by a person who is speaking from their aspect, their perception of what happened and how they feel about a thing. In 20 years, when they talk about the Chris Rock and Will Smith thing, it's going to be a whole different story than what was actually watched on television. It'll be a completely different thing, you know? When someone writes the story about COVID and what happened, like the most that they're going to get right is that we wore masks, we had to stay indoors, and then they suggested that we get a vaccination, which by the way has a 4th booster out. Scary that, you know. And people were like, well, you know, you can't expect it. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to do that. I digress, but it's just, I don't know. It's just interesting. They knew chickenpox was coming. They've been working on vaccine for that, and it was only one shot. But I digress. Lord, let me read this service. Woo! You are of service. You are of service to yourself first and foremost before you are of service to others. You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. That was interesting. I took that in for myself right there. So yeah, you may be compiling or trying to understand what is purpose for you. Because purpose has a lot to do with service. When people are like, I need to find my purpose. Just start serving. Start helping people. And whatever it is that you feel like you can help people in. Wherever you feel like you can help people in, right? Start there. I promise you, something that you love to do will increase. And you will learn from it. A lot of people don't believe that they can. Yeah, I didn't say how much you would earn. I'm not telling you you will become a millionaire off of it, but you will earn. Absolutely you will. And you have to know that you will. And nothing is going to just, pop off. Even though I wish it was like that, I truly wish that I could just close my eyes and say, oh, unlimited love and dollars. And I wake up and that is what it is. Unfortunately, I'm here striving. Just as you are, my friend. Good morning, gorgeous. You are striving. You are striving and in service and following your truth. Striving. Eventually, the individual's ego drive to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to answers as they arise. Thank you, Divine, for letting me move with the flow. And you know, a lot of people are like, well, what is that? What is moving with the flow? How do you move with the flow? When there's restraint, to just not necessarily swim against the current. Maybe reevaluate the strategies that you are using to gain what it is that you want and alter them in a more concise way, right? What does going with the flow look like? Let's say you are having issues, depending on where you live and things of that nature, of course, but this is just an example. You are having issues paying a bill, or you're having issues with any type of payment of some sort. Look into resources around that thing, lights, gas. There may be something in your estate that can help you. That would be going with the flow of things, right? I'm trying to put this into real life circumstances, like, because a lot of people are like, going with the flow, just letting this, it's not just letting the situation be what the situation is. It is, the situation is what it is, but I'm going to look into things that I'm actually capable of doing right now in this moment. Things that I have the ability to do without causing more harm to myself or others around me, right? So it could look different for a lot of people. Going with the flow can. And so with it being different for different people, I just kind of wanted to give you the insight that I have in regards to that, my messaging. Okay, so you will need to try to see how you can go with the flow in your own situation. Going with the flow would look like something like, you're in a financial distress. What is it that you can do to alter your finances? Maybe it's surrender 3 cars. Just saying. That should not be funny. Lord help me. Yeah, you know. Can I just say, when you are in a financial position to obtain things like IRAs, money market accounts, places where you can save lots of money without it being, or get insurance policies, like large insurance policies, like $1 million insurance policies, and there is no law or rule on how many of those you can obtain, to go ahead and do that, okay? Because it's your personal bank, okay? You can borrow against them anytime and then continue to pay on them. My suggestion is to do that, okay? So that it prevents you from having situations like the thing Black China's going through. There are just so many ways to sustain and maintain a lifestyle that I'm having a hard time conceptualizing why people aren't trying to. When you get into a certain income bracket, that should be your goal. How can I sustain this? And I would be talking to an array of people about it, not just the one accountant that my friend sent to me. Like, I'm going to talk to an array of people about it so that I can have a bunch of different perspectives and I can do what I personally can do to sustain the lifestyle that I like having, that I want to live. Because it's just interesting to me how a lot of people who come from disadvantages and move into an advantaged position in life financially, but don't acquire the knowledge to sustain it. Like, that should be your first move, you know. Lotto people, especially when you get it in a surprise, like in a surprise bulk, like a lotto winner, or you know, you date a rapper and now you're having this baby and he's going to give you so much money a month, or you know, any of those, like, oh, this is my life now kind of thing. It's just like, the first thing I want to do is talk to as many different financial advisors as possible, and then I'm going to start exercising those ideas. Executing, excuse me, not exercise. Well, yeah, exercising too. Exercising and executing those ideas on how I can sustain a specific type of lifestyle in a specific bracket. Now, if I earn more, great, but I always know when I'm at this level, I won't go below this level because of the insight that I have about financial literacy and how to sustain a thing, no matter what the income bracket is. I'm looking at my forehead and I'm thinking to myself, even though it's small, it kind of feels big. Anyways, I digress. Stay in your truth. Continue to strive and be of service to yourself and to others. Good morning, gorgeous. Have a great day.